Hello again, everybody, and thank you for dropping by. Today I'm talking about my morning routine, getting up at 5 a.m. and why. If you listen to last week's poem about being tired all the time, you'll see that part of the issue is that no bit of the day was mine. We feel the minutes just aren't enough and long constantly for our bed. But if you want some calm and solitude, then you must make the time instead. It might seem counterintuitive, but what I am trying to say is if you go to bed an hour earlier, you can get up an hour earlier each day. There are plenty of people touting this. It really isn't anything new, but I followed Hal Elrod's version, and today I'll explain this one to you. It's worth saying before the light bulb, when the sun went down we'd hit the hay, but now we find loads of reasons to stay up late which get in the way. Personally, I found the main excuse was FOMO, that ubiquitous fear of missing out. What would I miss with an early night? The actual answer was nout. So once I'd come to realise that, I set an alarm for when to go to bed and would leap out my pit really early, eager for my morning ritual instead. What did I do in this hour I had? Well, let's go through them one by one. You don't have to copy what I did, just mix it up and have some fun. I divided the hour into 6 lots of 10, and then I started the first with hydration. A glass of water and then a coffee. It really doesn't need an explanation. The next bit is really important, and that was to get outside. Even if it's cloudy, it's 50 times brighter than most light bulbs you have inside. When it was cold, I'd wrap up warm, and if there was a soggy downpour, I'd simply go into the garage and sit beside the open door. Early morning light, as I've previously said, sets you up for the day ahead, and it also starts a countdown timer that signals when it's time to go to bed. There's now 50 minutes or so left. What was the next thing I would do? Well, 10 minutes of holding plank position, which was more like 5 between me and you. After that ordeal was out the way, my body was now truly awake. So for the next 10 minutes, I used an app on my phone to meditate. This helped me to quiet my mind, bringing my thoughts down to the ground, removing the day ahead's anxiety, the effects of which were truly profound. 30 down with 30 to go. I then rein in my attitudes by writing down happy, caring thoughts in my journal full of gratitudes. These can really be anything at all, reflections of how you are content, or simply that you're glad it's not raining, perhaps reframing what you thought someone meant. Sometimes I write things about the kids, or stuff that makes me happy to be me, but other times it might be completely random, like the first sound I heard today was a bee. 20 left, and where is the time gone? By this point I feel the day's already won. So I'll get on to affirmations and explain how these are done. These are short statements I want to be true. Nothing daft like I will be thin, but achievable goals that I can make happen by drawing on what I have within. I used to make these unobtainable with very low chance of success. And when those never manifested, I'd become very despondent, I confess. So now I pick small doable things that I can work on every day. It feels better to tick things off the list, and I'll continue to do them this way. Importantly, you have to read your list out. Do it with gusto and do it loud. You might feel a bit of a fool, but as they come true, you'll be proud. So that leaves me a final 10 minutes. And what can you do with this time? Well, this is my favourite section, the bit which is well and truly mine. Essentially, I use it for anything, perhaps to write a few poetry words, or just sit contented and still, soaking up the dawn chorus from the birds. That's all there is to this practice. Will it work like it did for me? Well, try it out. You've nothing to lose, and you too can join the 5 a.m. society.